Hey guys, it is Mershdd. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm coming back at you with another update on how the free-to-play grind is going, because it's again been a couple of days since the last one, and there's been some big things that have happened to the account that I just thought I should update you guys on, so if I do decide to stream, it won't be a surprise. So we are currently on day 29, one day away from getting Haikutun, which would be lovely. And at the same time, we do have a champion chase tournament going on. And Haikutun should give us a juicy, 250 points towards that, which is really nice, honestly. How much will rares get? 10 each, okay. The reason I'm looking at how many rares are going to be is because I think on this video I am going to pull the 13 ancient shards that I have got sitting here. Now you may have noticed on today's daily login reward we've got a void shard and I have already pulled it, but I'll get into who we pulled a little bit later. I've got a few things I just want to cover right off the bat. So getting into it, we have a blessing on Ignatius, people. It is huge. We can finally get Brimstone, even though it has now been nerfed. Brimstone is still huge. It's a really, really strong blessing, even with the nerfs to it. All it means is that it won't be up as often, but when it does go on, it's still like just as strong, right? So that's the first thing, which is massive. It's already sped up some dungeon runs when I was doing some testing with it, and it's boosted the clan boss damage significantly as well. In the last video, I was talking about how the team that I'm running at the moment is just really lacking sort of extra damage. So we have got our fourth 6-star underway, and it is Rhonda. Rhonda has been 6-starred. We've got her to 3-star Ascension. We don't currently have the affinity potions to be able to take her any further right now, but we do have her sort of almost ready to go. We just need to get a few levels on her. We've started sort of progressing her masteries a bit. But yeah, that mastery grind is going to be quite a long time. What I think I'm going to do is I've saved up another 460 gems, right? And I'm currently debating. So look, we've got Ignatius, Deacon, and Rector currently full masteried out. I'm debating, do I save up another 800 and just either straight out buy masteries for Rhonda, or potentially do it for Fenchi. So we've got Fenchi 5-star and 3-star ascended as well. And he's already going to be straight into the clan boss team. Outlaw Monk is going to say bye bye. But with Fenchi, he is already solid. The issue I think with him is that he is going to need books to be able to get his poisons out on a 3-turn cooldown. And we've been extremely unlucky with the book so far. Probably gone into the one area that I didn't want them to go. But that's not a problem. I'm debating going for Fenchi purely for the clan boss, or potentially Rhonda. But the reason I don't want to do it for Rhonda is that I've already sunk quite a bit of energy and gotten a good amount of masteries already, right? So maybe I feel like it'd be better for the account and sort of live by the rules that I always preach, which is to just straight up use those gems for energy and then use that energy to keep doing Minotaur 15 runs, because we can now do it consistently thanks to having these three with all masteries. And we did a slight regearing as well, but I'll show you that in a bit as well. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy any more masteries. We've got 3. We're at the point we can run Minotaur 15 comfortably, so I've got a whole bunch of refills just sort of sitting there waiting to go. We've also been saving the refills that we've got for daily logins, and the reason for that is because I kind of want to wait as long as possible before I claim them and try and get as close to that energy cap as I can. Just because I have found myself over the last couple of weeks just having no energy to play around with at all. So I want to try and get as much value from each energy refill that I can get. Um, Today we did burn through that 400 energy compensation. A lot of that was just done on champ training to get Rhonda to 6-star, as well as start the process towards getting another 6-star on the way, but it's going to be a long time, I guess. Another week's worth of grinding most likely before we can get another 6-star on the way, especially because I want to level up Rhonda and Fenchi before I do so, just so that I've got them usable and sort of ready to go. We've had to do a lot of arena grinding recently, so this one here is defeat 100 champions in classic arena, and we're over 3/4 of the way. But before that, we had like a defeat 50 champions one, and it's just a lot of a slog. Because I really have been getting unlucky with not finding many one-man defenses. I did have one earlier here, yeah, but if we refresh, oh, honestly, you have no idea how surprised I am, because I have refreshed that thing about 100 times in the last week, and I have seen a one-man defense about maybe 10 times in total. Literally a tenth of the times that I've done that, we just don't get a one-man defense, which means we've got to look through all of these and try and pick fights that we can win. Obviously, this one looks fairly easy, but chances are that Deacon will be faster than mine, since they always seem to be. But yeah, we only have 68 player power, which means that no matter who we go up against, other than that one team, we're at a 40k player power deficit, which is almost my entire. It's almost double, right? It's almost double what my player power is going to be in most cases. And I'm not saying player power is the be all and end all, but if they have double the stats that I have across all of my champions, then yeah, it's just not going to make much of a difference, is it, right? But lo and behold, we are trying our best. In terms of the Great Hall, we have got our two sort of slots that are 4 out of 10. The reason that I've gone ahead and done that is because we do have a mission coming up. Yeah, 2 Great Hall bonuses to level 4. So we've gone ahead and done that, and then we're going to start leveling up the accuracy for force, just so we can get the decreased attack out from Richter Drath a bit easier, because it's hard to squeeze in accuracy into her build when we also want to try and at least hit certain thresholds in other areas like HP defense, regen set, and obviously enough speed to make it actually worthwhile running her. So we're going to start working on the accuracy for Force champions as well. Right. Oh yeah, so we also have Fenchy. I think I already spoke about him, but we do have Fenchy. He's coming to the team. His gear is not looking very good right now. I do need to do a bit of a re-gear for him, I think. But I think with some base levels and maybe a few more ascension levels, we'll be able to get his stats up to a reasonable point before we 6-star him. You know what? Let me go ahead and dump this on as well. Oh, we can gear up the accuracy too. Just because all I need from him is damage and accuracy. So we're going to go for War Master, for Clan Boss, and then the rest of it's just going to be like supportive stuff to boost his accuracy. In terms of the re-gears then, Ignatius is pretty much chilling at the same sort of level. His speed is low, but at the moment there's just nothing I can do about it. I could potentially swap this weapon for another one, but I don't have a good like crit rate. I don't have a good crit rate chest plate that has defense percent as the main stat, and then I don't have a perception weapon that has crit rate either. And I'm kind of valuing crit rate over the majority of stuff. Um, and yeah, I've run him through the optimizer. This is the best gear I can get him in right now. We also have been extremely unlucky with Spider, and we keep getting banners and amulets for factions that we don't have any like useful champions in. So that's fun. Um, and then look, Deacon is the one that I am most proud of. We have got lucky and got a banner for him, even though it is like a pretty meh banner. But without maxing all of his gear just yet, uh, the stats that we're running, we've got him at 214 speed. It is our fastest champion by far. And we've got 190 accuracy, which is pretty nice. And what we can also do, there was something else I changed, I think. I think before I had him in two different set bonuses of accuracy. So we had 4 like accuracy pieces in general, and we changed that just to boost the speed of it purely for arena purposes with how much grinding in the arena that we've had to do. But we have him at 190 accuracy, which should honestly be fine up until stage 20 dungeons, and I'll look to probably improve the build again. 214 speed, honestly solid for what I need right now. And then we've just got him with whatever survivability that we could squeeze in. Rector Giraffe, she is still in the regen gear, but I believe last time she would have been in 2 perception pieces just to try and boost the accuracy. But I realise her speed is just way too far off, so we've changed her to 2 speed set pieces. And the reason for that is just because we want the speed to be way higher. Once we get these boots maxed up, we're going to be at another 13 speed on top of this, so we'll be at 178 speed, which is honestly like reasonable for what we need her right now. Rhonda, she has been changed. She was previously in really, really bad lifesteal gear, but now she is currently sitting with okay damage gear. Like, it's nothing to shout about. Obviously, once she gets up to level 60, her base stats is just going to start bumping up nicely. But she's currently sitting at 2k attack with 91% crit rate, but that will be closer to 100% once we get these not the boots, the chest plate leveled. It's not chest plate either. The gloves, the gauntlets. Her attack will get higher with the chest plate. Her speed will get higher with the boots. Uh, Silver is a big problem for me right now. It's a very big problem because I've had to like in the tavern with the ascension pots, I've had to like mix a bunch of these lower ones into the medium ones, and I've had to mix some medium ones into the big ones. So I am trying not to do that because I know it's not the most efficient and it's very expensive to do that. I've also just been trying to roll the gear up after the changes and stuff that I've been making. But yeah, silver is just an issue right now. But yeah, Rhonda's sort of work in progress right now, but she will come big in the next sort of couple of weeks, I imagine. Hopefully by the end of next week, Rondo will be sort of rocking and rolling. Armiger, haven't touched his build too much. He's still running quite slow with just about enough accuracy to do the job at stage 13 dungeons. But thanks to him, we are actually able to push through Spider. I did not have the optimizer running whilst I did it, but we did manage to push Spider to stage 11. I did give stage 12 a go, and we unfortunately died with the spider literally having about 3 more hits left before it died, which was quite sad. We've also been pushing Dragon because there was that times 2 speed gear like whole thing going on. We pushed Dragon up to stage 17, but it wasn't consistent, so we were farming at stage 16. I did devote quite a bit of energy to farming Dragon, and to be honest with you, I regret it. We have an okay amount of speed gear, but a lot of it is crap. If we look at the speed gear that has actually rolled speed, that whole that whole page of speed gear that you see before you has shrunk to less than half. Um, and it's just a little bit sad, to be honest. We have got some nice speed boots, but honestly, this one was the only one that we got from Dragon, and that was very early on. The rest of them have all been farmed in campaign, so the boots I'm going to say don't really count. We were unlucky we didn't get a single legendary speed piece that had speed as a substat, which is sad. And then looking at the ones that have like the epic pieces that have speed, this one double rolled flat HP. This one was an okay piece, but it rolled single across all boards, which was a little bit devastating. And beyond that, we just didn't get any really good pieces. Everything else is like rare, and I don't think I definitely don't have a triple roll speed anywhere on the account. But I think I might only have like 2 or 3 double rolls, and I think they are going to be okay. One of them is here, and maybe Ruella has the other one. No, she's in perception because my speed rolling on this account has been dog tier. Like it's awful. It's so bad. But yeah, where was I? We re-geared Armiger. No, sorry, we didn't re-gear Armiger, but we did re-gear Ruella. Ruella, she's gonna gain like another 15 speed when she gets taken. Oh, sorry, another 10 speed when she gets taken to 6 star. So she will be sort of rivaling Deacon, and I'm kind of torn at the moment. I'm not really farming Fire Knight, um, which is where she's obviously god tier. But what I am thinking is maybe I just try and make her as fast as possible, put her in 6 pieces of speed, dump and don't care about any of the other stats, and just try and make her as fast as possible to try and get the first turn in arena to hopefully make that a bit more easier to farm. And then I can run like Ruella into Deacon, so it'll be turn meter boost into turn meter boost and drop defense into double nuke with now Ignatius and Rhonda. That's what I may be thinking. It might be working better than what I'm currently using. What I'm currently using is, I'll just show you the team. We're still got Ignatius in the lead spot because the defense just means that we can stay alive a bit longer. And it synergizes well with Rector Drath in regen gear because as long as she stays alive and she can keep picking up Ignatius, as long as we're not against another reviver, we basically can't lose, and it just takes like 5 minutes a fight. It's just quite long to do, but it's the most consistent way that I found to be able to get medals. So just working with what I've got at the moment. But yeah, we did re-gear Ruella anyway, just to make her relevant still for dungeons. We have her at 201 speed with 207 accuracy. She's going to be future proofed at the moment. We've got her crit rate to as close to 100% as we can. And what's this? That's going to give us another quick maths 17% crit rate, which will give us 95% crit rate. So she will almost be crit capped. But to be honest, that's good enough with the limited gear that we're currently rocking with. The stats for her at the moment is good enough to do the job. Reliquary Tender, we have not touched, to be honest. We should do. Again, just to try and make her tanky, as she's another reviver and healer and cleanser. I don't know what's happening with my throat today, guys. I'm sorry. I'll probably have to end the video soon because of this. But yeah, we've got Nari the Lucky who did regear. He's running fairly fast with as much defense as we could squeeze in and a little bit of accuracy, but honestly, not too much. Um, he's just going to take a whole other load of potions and stuff, which I just don't really have at the moment. I also don't have the silver to be able to invest into him, especially because I want to get Fenchi rocking and rolling, because Fenchi is the only poison champion that I have pulled that is not an outlaw monk. And I really do think poison will be able to push me further in dragon, hopefully farming dragon stage 20 to start getting some much better gear, especially with speed and lifesteal. Um, he's also going to be huge for clan boss, and he can still be used in Fire Knight as well because he has two 3-hit abilities, one of which will put decreased speed out on the clan boss. Oh, the other one will drop turn meter, so he's going to be really good. He will probably end up replacing Life Taker in my Fire Knight team. But to be honest, Life Taker is still really good because she still brings the heal reduction. So I don't know. I've got choices to make, I think. I think I need to get Fenchi sort of maxed out, see what kind of damage he's able to do, see what job he can do in Fire Knight, and then maybe assess whether I need Life Taker. But what I think will probably be the case is that I will keep Fenchi for Force and Magic Affinity Fire Knight, and then Life Taker will come in against the Spirit Fire Knight and just play around with the affinities and try and keep my options open. And then Thenasil, he's just kind of been left untouched. He comes in every now and then when I need to reduce the duration of enemy buffs by a turn, and have increased defense and heal up a little bit. But for now, he's just kind of like there as like a background potential option. Um, but yeah, that's how the roster is currently looking. It's looking good so far. I'm happy with where we're at. And hopefully I can. Well, I've just had a quite busy week at work, so hopefully now I've got a bit more free time to just sit down and try and get some real progress going on the account. And to start off that progress, we are going to be pulling all 13 of these blue ancient shards. We're going to do a 10 pull, first 10 pull on the account, because all the previous ancient shards I have not held on to have enough to be able to pull 10 at once. So here it goes. Wish me luck. I don't have silver. Okay, the silver problem has been quickly rectified. Let's get back onto the 10 pull. Now, come on. Give me some good luck. Give me some good luck. Have it. Nullhorn isn't too bad. Okay, we haven't seen any epics with this. Let's have a quick overview of the rares that we have managed to pull. We've got Avir the Alchmage. We'll start with his passive that you need to send him for. Turn meter fill and a heal by 15% of his HP, not too bad. His A2 attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a 25% decreased attack, decreased speed if they are under a poison. Oh, and an A1 that actually has a chance to place a poison. That's honestly not too bad. It's not too bad, it's nothing too special though. Pentinent. Decreased attack, small version on the A1. Counter attack on themselves. Removes all debuffs just from them and the block debuffs just on them. 4-3 turns though, so that's interesting. Gnarlhorn. He is going to be a keeper. He is probably going to be. He's like the best wave CC that I will have right now. So Gnarlhorn is definitely going to be a keeper. For those who don't know, he has a pretty weak A1, but his A2, once he's booked, is on a 3-turn cooldown, and he can put Provoke out on people and increases his own defense. His A3 puts an unkillable buff on himself on a 3-turn cooldown for 2 turns, and it's pretty strong, honestly. And then the increase allied defense by 25%, or sorry, 27% in dungeons. It's honestly pretty huge. Um, really happy with Nullhorn. Then we've got Blood Mask. Turn meter reduction 10% on the A1's not too strong. Attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing decreased speed, the small version for 2 turns on the A2. Attack one enemy, 75% chance of putting a stun. Honestly, he's pretty trash. He's going to be food. Pathfinder Kate, I remember, was not too long ago. She was part of a fusion. And I remember her not being too bad. Let's see what she does. So block burst on the A1. Honestly, she's going to be my first block buff champion, so that's pretty nice. Attacks all enemies, has a 30% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random skill on each target by 2 turns. Honestly, not too bad. Not too bad. She has like 3v3 arena potential, I guess, for the time being. That's honestly not too bad. Also got some use in Doom Tower for her. And then a perfect veil if she killed someone. I'm not mad at that. She's probably going to be a keeper for the time being as well. Purgator, we've already had on this account many times. He is going in the bin at all times. Magus, stun, chance of placing poison. Not great though. Attacks all enemies, heals a champion. Nah, not great. Headsman, fear on a very small chance, A1. That's really bad. Attacks all enemies, heal reduction. Not awful on a 3-turn cooldown, to be honest. I just wish that was a much higher chance than 30% and 50% when fully booked. That's quite low chance. And then more, yeah, he's not great either. Wagon Bane. I love the aesthetics on this dude, man. He has actually got a wagon as his armor. Oh god, he's been stabbed quite a few times in the back as well with arrows. Wonder what's in that chest. I wouldn't mind that. Hopefully it's some gems for me. Okay, decrease accuracy A1. That's useful. Continuous heal buff on the ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. Honestly, not bad, but it's a 3-turn cooldown, so it's not phenomenal. The A3, when ascended, will attack one enemy, 75% chance of placing decreased defense, and that will be the big version. Also has a 75% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. He's okay. He's nothing to shout out about. And we've got Hellborn Sprite, weaken A1, heal reduction with a pretty good chance to land, honestly, on the A2, and increase duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn, and then puts increased crit rate on all allies. So that should be the other way around. Increase crit rate on allies for 2 turns, and then increase the duration, so it's actually 3. But honestly, an increased duration champion, that has some use for clan boss, honestly. Uh, I will maybe have a look and see if we can get some use out of her, especially with this like small version of Weaken on the A1. Yeah, you could definitely get some use out of her. We'll see. We'll see maybe in like a month's time what we can come up with. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We've got 3 left. We're hoping to see purple. Gold is obviously preferable as well. Sorceress. Okay. Decrease speed A1. Attacks one enemy twice. 20% chance of placing an extra hit. Pretty weak for an A2. Attacks 3 times at random. Can place the big version of decreased defense. No chance of she getting anywhere near my team with Deacon already in that spot. Next one. Oh, anointed. A small chance to freeze on the A1. Stealing a buff from a target A2. And then a weak version of what Ruella already does. Come on. Last Ancient Shard. Give us something. Another Gaelic. Or Gaelic. However you want to say his name. That's the second Gaelic we've got. I'm tempted to build him out just for having another AoE nuker on the account. And plus he'll be rare, so easier to book out. But I'm really hoping for a Kale, if I'm being honest. Somebody that has poisons. Even an Elhain would do. And I wouldn't mind my Aethel back either. I do low-key regret feeding my Aethel. But we now have 2 Galects. So that's quite disappointing. Quite a disappointing shard pool. We did get a Nullhorn out of it though, so hey, it's not too bad. But that is going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. I'm really enjoying the free-to-play. Like I keep saying, it's such a nice, fresh change to raid life. Thank you to everyone, by the way, who is coming back and watching the videos. I do really appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you that gives me a view on any video. Absolutely, I'm loving it. I'm liking all the new connections and stuff and the new people that I'm talking to because of this. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Take care. Appreciate all of you. Have a lovely weekend and peace.